This is All the Damn Things, the podcast committed to helping women achieve your dreams, even after going through deeply challenging experiences. My name is Bevin Farrand, the founder of the Take the Damn Chance movement and creator of the Do the Damn Thing method. Yes, I say damn a lot, but it does mean something. It stands for Decide and Declare, Attend Your Own Party, Moments Not Minutes, and Now is the Time. When it's come to navigating my own deeply challenging experiences and bringing my biggest dreams to life, this framework has changed my life, and I know that it can make a huge impact on yours. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the All the Damn Things podcast. I am your host, Bevin Farrand. I am the founder of the Take the Damn Chance movement and the creator of the Do the Damn Thing method. I know, I like to say the word damn a lot. In fact, I always tell people if it has the word damn in it, it's probably mine, but it does mean something. And so we're going to dig into that today as I give you the background story of how the Take the Damn Chance movement came to be a thing and what the DAM framework is, what it stands for. So let's dive right in. Way back in 2019, my husband, Mark, surprised me on Mother's Day with 4 bottles of Bordeaux wine and a card written in French. So 4 bottles of wine for Mother's Day. I will definitely let you make your own conclusions about our parenting style. But the card written in French was the part that was really confusing because Mark didn't speak French, but I did. And I realized pretty quickly that he had bought tickets for us to go to Bordeaux for my 40th birthday, which would be in November. 39 hours on the ground in Bordeaux, just the two of us without our kiddos. We were so excited and we loved planning stuff like that. So we immediately started planning. And 2 weeks later, it was time for my annual review at work. And I had been at this job for just about 2 years and I absolutely loved it. And I was expecting a promotion. So I go in and instead of getting a promotion, I got let go. We were totally reeling. We were very much a 2-income family, and we had just taken money out of our savings so that I could take a full 3-month maternity leave for my son, Jonathan. We had bought a van for our growing family. So we were absolutely not expecting this, and it really caught us off guard. A few weeks after that, Mark and I were out walking on our country road. We have no sidewalks. We literally live near corn, soybeans, and cows. And I said to Mark, you know what? This is not the first time that I have lost my job. In fact, this is the 3rd time in under 10 years that I have lost my job for one reason or another. And I am tired of it. I do not want to put the financial health of myself, our family, into the hands of any one person ever again. So I want to start my own company. Now, Mark was an engineer, and I could just hear his analytical brain like screeching to a halt of, oh my God, what are you talking about? We have a family. We depend on this money. So I did what I do, and I created a spreadsheet for him. Now, he was a very public spreadsheet lover. I am a secret spreadsheet lover. I even have a spreadsheet for Thanksgiving, but everything comes out on time. It's hot. It's delicious. So I had created a spreadsheet for him that said, if I don't make another penny from here forward, we will run out of money on October 12th, which I know to some people sounds absolutely terrifying, but to me was so comforting to know that we had months before we were going to run out of money. And the likelihood of me not making another penny going forward was slim to none because I wasn't going to just sit down on the side of the road, hope and pray and wish and hope that I would make money. I was going to get into action. I was going to do what I call movement over mindset, which means it doesn't matter what our thoughts are. It's always easier to get into action when we have positive thoughts, but it doesn't matter. And so I was going to get into action. So I said, Mark, let's do a proof of concept. Let's see if I can make $5,000 by the end of August. And if I can, then we will keep going. We'll say it's viable. So May and June passed without making any money. I made $1,000 in July. And then by the end of August, I had made my first $5,000. And in October, I had my first $10,000 month. And so we said, okay, cool. Let's go on this trip to France. It's totally crazy. We are going to be in planes the same amount of time that we're on the ground, but let's do it. So we went, had an amazing time. We wandered through Bordeaux. It rained the entire time, but we did not care. Ate delicious food, drank incredible wine, celebrated my birthday with my best friend and the love of my life in this beautiful city. We reconnected to who we were as a couple before we had kids, before we got married. And Mark even looked at me at one point and he said, I feel like I'm rediscovering the real you. So we came back and it was the week of Thanksgiving, which has always been my very favorite holiday. Mark had taken the week off of work, so we did stuff around the house. We took our daughter Guinevere to her very first movie theater show. We hosted 25 people. It was pre-pandemic, so we had 25 people coming in. Mark's parents drove in, my family, our best friends, and we spent Thanksgiving just celebrating each other, loving that our kids were running around, being with our family and friends. It was beautiful. So the next day was the day after Thanksgiving. I went upstairs to wake up Mark, and he was not breathing, and he was ice cold. And he had passed away in the middle of the night from undiagnosed heart disease. One of his arteries was 95% blocked, and the other was 50% blocked. He weighed the same that he did in high school. We had no idea that this was coming. Now, all of a sudden, I was the solo parent to 2 kiddos under the age of 3 with a brand new business, which had not really stood the test of time yet. I'm the sole financial provider, and I'm doing all of this without the love of my life and my best friend, and honestly, my biggest cheerleader by my side. So everything felt impossible. About a month later, I made a post on social media talking about losing Mark, talking about the trip that we had taken, about my birthday. And I ended that post by saying, that I was so glad that we had made that choice to be on that adventure together. And whenever you're faced with a choice, just take the damn trip. And that really resonated with people. I got so many messages from people, from friends, from family, from people I didn't even know who said, I'm so glad that you shared this. I took a great trip with my dad before he passed away and it meant the world to me. Or I was going to say no to this trip across the country with my sister, but now I'm going to say yes. Or I'm finally going to do the thing that I've been pushing to the side. And I realized it's not about a trip. It's not about taking a vacation. It's really about taking the chance, taking the damn chance on yourself, on the thing, on that dream that's in your heart that you keep pushing to the side. And at that point, I started to think about the hardest things that I had been through in my life. Not just losing Mark and becoming a widow at 40, but I also lost my dad to cancer when I was 24. I lost my home in a house fire in 2010. I went through years of IVF, including a miscarriage to have my kiddos, and getting laid off 3 times. All of these hard things. And I also thought about the amazing things that I've been able to create. Having those kiddos, building our dream home, building a successful business, having a really strong, connected relationship with Mark. And I thought, what is it that I do differently? Not better, but differently than other people to navigate these things with grace and creativity and create truly incredible things in my life. And that is where the DAM framework started. And like I said, it does mean something. So it stands for Decide and Declare, Attend Your Own Party, Moments Not Minutes, and Now is the Time. These mindset shifts, when I saw them and I saw how I had used them over the years to create things, and then I started to use them going forward to create more things, once I saw them, I couldn't unsee them. And they are so simple, but so powerful in achieving your big, I like to call them your big, bold, crazy dreams, because I think the craziest dreams are the best ones. And then we use it to create our big, bold, wonderful lives. So that's what we're going to explore here each week on the All the Damn Things podcast as I ask my guests, What are the damn moments that have made all the difference in their lives? And how have they seen these mindsets appear in their own lives as they've created incredible things? So I want to dig in a little bit to each of the mindsets so that you know what they are and you can start seeing them for yourselves in your own lives right away. So decide and declare, this is really the foundation of any big, bold dream you want to bring to life. I help my clients create what I call the damn manifesto. And it starts with this deciding. And so the truth is that when everything is a top priority, nothing is. So we have to decide what is the most important thing that we are going to go after right now. It doesn't mean it's the thing you're going to do for the rest of your life and you're never going to make a change. It's what is the most important thing to you right now. I call that your yes. That is, like I said, the thing you are most excited about, the thing you are going after. When we know our yes, the no's become so much easier because every yes carries implied no's. So by you listening to this right now, there are things that you've said no to without even thinking about it. You've said no to listening to other podcasts, to being with your kids or your friends. Well, I don't know, maybe you have these on as you're playing with your kids. But there's things that you've said no to by knowing what your yes is. And one way that you can decide your yes and really hone that in is to ask yourself 4 questions, which happen to spell the word trip. Am I willing to make this my top priority? Because again, when everything's a priority, nothing is. Am I willing to resource it with time, energy, money, focus, attention? Is it inspiring? Is it something that I'm moving towards as opposed to away from? And is it personal? Is it my dream? Is it the thing that I actually want to go after? Not the dream that somebody else has imposed on you, but the dream that you want, which may seem totally crazy to other people. When you ask yourself those 4 questions and you can say yes to them, then that is your yes. That is the first half of the damn manifesto. That is what you are deciding. The second half of the damn manifesto is your 6-dimensional why. It's not enough to just have one why, but you need to look at how is your life going to change in 6 very important areas when you bring your big, bold dream to life. So you ask yourself, how is it going to change financially, emotionally, mentally, socially, physically, and spiritually? And you guys can go get these questions. I have them at 6dimensionalwhy.com. So you can go get these questions that you ask yourself when you're starting to think about your own damn manifesto. So that's the decision part. Then we start declaring it. And we don't just shout it from the social media rooftops. We start with what I call layered declarations. So we're going to pick just 2 to 3 cheerleaders who all their job is just to literally cheer you on. They're not here to poke holes in things, be cynical, ask you hard questions. It's just to help you start getting momentum. Then we start to build that out. We get a little bit more people, a few more people each time we make more declarations as we are building that momentum. That is the decide and declare part. It is all about creating that damn manifesto and starting to build up your support team. That's the D, the foundation of any big, bold dream you want to bring to life. The A, attend your own party, is really about how we're viewing the world. It's 2 parts, honestly. First of all, we want to attend our own party, which means we're not comparing ourselves to other people. We're looking at where are we now, where have we been, where do we want to go? It doesn't actually do us much good to compare ourselves to other people because we can always make ourselves feel better or worse by which direction we're looking in. We can compare ourselves to elements of other people, to aspects of their personality or their success that we can compare ourselves to elements of other people, aspects of their personality, pieces of their success that we strive to have in our own lives. But comparing ourselves to actual other people is useless. So we attend our own party. We stay present in the moment, and we are only looking at where are we, where have we been, where do we want to go? The other piece of attend our own party is the reality that we are creating our experience of life through our thinking. When we know that, when we understand that everything is just how we think about a circumstance, then we understand that we could change our experience in an instant by changing our thinking. So we stay present in the moment because that is where we make our strongest decisions from. When we are present in the moment, then we are grounded in the fact that, hey, I'm creating this experience through my thoughts, and we understand that we can make different choices. And when I say staying present in the moment, the easiest way I have found to do that is to get back in my body, because our bodies can only ever be in the present moment. So the way to do that is just to take a couple deep breaths, rub your fingers across your palms, get back into the what is as opposed to the what if. When you are doing that, then you are making decisions from that present moment. It's the difference between fear and anxiety. Anxiety is up in our thinking, and we spend way too much time up in our thoughts. We're worried about what could happen, what has happened, something outside of the present moment, and then we're making those decisions from a place of anxiety or overwhelm or worry, as opposed to getting grounded back in the present moment where we can make decisions from a place of what is. And we can make decisions based on action that actually needs to be taken right now. That is attending your own party, staying present in the moment, understanding that we are creating our experience through our own thinking, and we are just looking at where we are, where we've been, and where we want to go. Moments, Not Minutes came about because I was having a conversation with a dear friend of mine after Mark had passed away, and I was telling her about wanting to go after my biggest, boldest dream, which was to have a third child with the embryos that Mark and I had frozen before he passed away. I wanted a third child that was Mark's and mine. And I was asking her, how in the world am I going to do that? How am I going to be a solo parent of 3 kiddos, run my own business, be an entrepreneur, and still have the time to be with my kids? And she asked me, do you want to be and she asked me, do you want to be there for the minutes or the moments? And that made me go, damn, which is always my barometer of when I need to stop and take notice. Something that either makes me go, damn, that's amazing, or damn, that sucks, or just a full body, damn. And I knew that was something. And I said to her, I want to be there for the moments. I know myself. I know that I don't want to be a stay-at-home parent. Bless every single one of you who that is your choice. I say more power to you. I am in awe of you. I just happen to know myself that I am a better parent when I also have my business to run, because it fuels a different part of me. But I do want to be there for the moments. I want to be there for the first day of preschool. I want to be there when my daughter gets off the bus. I want to be able to have a dance party with my kids at lunchtime. But I know that I want to be there for the moments. And so when we talk about moments, not minutes, we are always looking for the moment that can't be replicated. It's the thing that we know, hey, if I have to choose between 2 things, this is the one that I can never do again. And yes, sometimes that is going to be a work trip or a work event, and it is not going to be a soccer practice. But we are aware of the fact that we are choosing the moments. We're also releasing ourselves from this guilt and this pressure of feeling like you have to be everywhere at once. You can't be. You cannot be everywhere at once. So instead, we stay present in the moments. Again, this comes back to being present in that moment, because when we are fully present in a moment, we are really experiencing it. And when we are half present, half not, when we're with our kids at the zoo, but we're still checking emails and making phone calls for work, that split focus doesn't allow you to be present for the moments. And the thing is, I know for my kids, When I'm with them, I am as present as possible. Look, it's not possible for me to be, I don't think it's possible for anybody to be 100% present all of the time. But I'm giving them my attention. I'm giving them my focus. And so when I'm working with clients, I don't feel bad about being with them fully because I know that I'm fully with my kids in those moments. It allows us to release this guilt and this pressure to be everywhere at once. I'm pausing here, Leah. The other beautiful thing about the moments, not minutes, is that we can create a moment at any time. If we are feeling disconnected from the people that we love, it's not about spending more minutes with them. It's about creating moments. And you can create a moment at any instant. You can create a moment at any moment. That's just the way it works. And the moments are what are so powerful. When we look back on our lives, we're going to see the moments. We're not going to see how many minutes we spent with each person. We're going to see the moments. When I think about, I lost my dad at 24. When I think about my life with my dad, what I think about are the moments. Him and I playing chess, dancing with him at my sister's wedding, him turning right on red the day that I graduated from college because he was just so excited that I graduated, and him getting pulled over and he told the police officer that story and the police officer let him go. Those are the moments that are going to stick out. The moments, not the minutes. And then the end of the damn framework is now is the time. Look, I am living proof that we are not promised tomorrow. We never know what is going to happen at any instant to the ones we love, to our jobs, to our homes, to ourselves. If the pandemic taught us anything, it is that we never know what's going to happen. That is not a reason to live scared. It is a reason to live fully. And when I say that, I mean that there will never be a perfect day. There's never going to be a perfect moment when it makes sense to start a business, or it makes sense to move across country, or have another kid, or I don't know, write a book, do whatever it is that dream that's on your heart. There's never going to be a perfect day. So why not today? Why not at least get into action? And when we talk about now is the time, I understand that the scariest place to be for any idea is at the beginning. It's purely inertia, guys. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. When you are starting a new project, you are at rest. It will take the most attention, some effort, some energy to get your feet moving. If you've been on a career path for 10 years, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. It will take some energy, some direction to make that change. I get that. But now is the time to at least get into action. So we use what I call micro actions. A micro action is the smallest possible action that you will actually take. So whatever it is that you want to create in your life, you break it down into micro actions. Again, the smallest possible action that you will actually take. If you want to start a new business, the smallest action is rarely build your website. It's usually go on GoDaddy or Namecheap and buy the URL for $10. Write the very first headline. Write the first word. Pick one picture. If what you want in life, what your damn manifesto is a health journey, you want to get as healthy as possible, your micro action is not do your first workout. It is go buy a pair of tennis shoes or pick up a weight, do one bicep curl. Whatever your big dream is, you can break it down into micro actions. And if you do that and you still find yourself paralyzed, then you have not broken them down small enough yet. So break it down smaller because, again, it's the smallest possible action that you will actually take. Now, people will ask me, how in the world am I going to create this amazing thing using micro actions? Well, the micro actions get easier, they come faster, they become bigger over time, as you're building momentum and you're building confidence and more clarity around your idea. So the micro actions are literally just to get your feet moving and build that momentum so that momentum can take over. The thing is, we have to get into action. Remember, I said at the beginning, movement over mindset. We don't get inspired to get into action. We get into action to get inspired. That is why now is the time is such a critical piece. So that is the damn manifesto, guys. Decide and declare, attend your own party, moments, not minutes, and now is the time. Once I saw those and how I had used them, like I said, I couldn't unsee them. And I started to use them to create amazing things in my life. I used them to grow my business from $0 to $300,000 in 18 months. Then scrap it all, start Take the Damn Chance movement, and grow it from $0 to $300,000 in 22 months, even while taking a 3-month maternity leave, because that was my biggest, boldest dream ever to date, which is, I mentioned it earlier, I knew that I wanted to have the third child that Mark and I had planned. When he passed away, we were just about to start our next round of IVF to have our third child, which I have known I always wanted 3 children. And so in 2020, I started to ask myself, what is my top priority? What do I want to decide to have in my life? And I knew that what I wanted more than anything else was to have that baby. I knew that it was the thing that if I didn't do it when I turned 75 or 85 or whatever age it is when we look back on our lives, that would be the thing I regretted. So I decided it and I started declaring it, and a couple of people were like, you're crazy, you're bonkers. And so I stopped talking to them. They were not my cheerleaders. I picked my 2 to 3 cheerleaders. I said, your only job is to say, yay for blood tests, yay for ultrasounds. I don't need negative Nancy's. I don't need doubting whatevers right now. So I decided and I declared. I attended my own party. I stayed present in the moment. When I was panicking, when I was overwhelmed, I just got present in the moment. I said, what if? What is? Not what if. What is going on? We have this embryo frozen. I'm going in for the blood test. I'm going in for the ultrasound. Not what if it doesn't work? What if I have another miscarriage? What is? And I stayed present in my own party. Where have I been? Where do I want to go? I focused on the moments with my kiddos, the moments with myself, the moments creating this baby. And I knew that now is the time. There is never going to be a Tuesday when this makes sense. There's not going to be a morning where I wake up and I say, you know what, today it makes sense to be a solo parent of 2 kiddos under the age of 4 and to decide to have a baby with the embryos of my deceased husband. Never is there going to be a day that makes total sense. So if there's never a perfect day, then why not today? And so 1 year, almost to the day after Mark passed away, I got the call from our doctor that I was pregnant with our child. And in July of 2021, I gave birth to my daughter, Mark's and my third child. Her name is Mirastella. She is a miraculous star of our own making, because we decided, and even after Mark passed away, I decided, let me back up on that, Leah. In July of 2021, I gave birth to my daughter, Mark's and my third child. Her name is Mirastella because she is a miraculous star of my own making, because I have taken the damn chance, I've done the damn thing to create a life that I want to be living, a life without regret. So my friends, those are the kinds of things we are going to be exploring here on All the Damn Things. The moments that I have created, the things that I have overcome and created, the things that my guests have overcome, the things they have created, the moments that have made them stop and go, damn. These are the things that make all the difference in our lives. So I hope that you will come back, join us each week as we explore these things here on All the Damn things.